No one believed Michael when he said he bought a cabin for just $2. The town laughed, calling it a rotting shack on worthless land. But Michael didn't care. After losing his job and his home, that broken cabin was his last hope and his quiet dream of starting over. What no one knew was that this abandoned cabin would one day become the center of the town's biggest HOA scandal. When Michael first saw it, the place was falling apart, cracked walls, broken windows, vines swallowing the porch. But under all that decay, he saw beauty. "I'll bring you back to life," he whispered, touching the wooden frame. The locals chuckled, "That thing's haunted." But he worked day and night, repairing, sanding, painting, until the cabin stood proud again, a masterpiece of patience and love. One morning, as the sun hit the wood just right, something magical happened. The cabin glowed. Tourists started stopping by, taking photos, calling it the Golden House. Soon, magazines featured it, calling Michael a modern-day miracle worker. The property value skyrocketed, $10 million in just 2 years, and that's when the HOA showed up. They claimed they owned the land. They said his $2 cabin was illegally restored. But Michael had one question burning inside him: how could they want back something they abandoned long ago? A week later, the HOA sent inspectors, 5 of them. They arrived with clipboards, cameras, and smug smiles. "We're here to ensure your structure meets HOA standards," the lead inspector said. Michael gritted his teeth. This was never HOA property. They ignored him and began nitpicking everything: paint too glossy, wood not approved, even the mailbox too rustic. It was absurd. But Michael noticed something strange. One of the inspectors was secretly taking photos of the surrounding land, not the cabin. "They're scouting," he thought. "They want to claim the forest, too." He quietly recorded them on his phone. That night, he posted the video online with the title, "When HOA Tries to Steal What You Built." Within hours, it went viral. Thousands of comments poured in, people sharing their own HOA horror stories, calling Michael a hero. The HOA panicked. Their reputation was on the line. But instead of backing off, they went public too, releasing a statement saying Michael's cabin sits on community property. Michael realized this wasn't just about his cabin anymore. It was about proving that ordinary people could stand up to powerful systems. And he wasn't backing down, not now, not ever. Michael hired a lawyer, a retired local judge named Eleanor Brooks, calm, sharp, and fearless. "I've seen this before," she said. "When money appears, the HOA changes its boundaries." Together, they dug through town records, uncovering shocking evidence: forged signatures, altered maps, and erased reports. Eleanor filed a motion in court, accusing the HOA of fraud. The hearing was set for Friday. But before that, something unexpected happened. Michael received a letter from the HOA president herself. Settled quietly, it read, "We'll pay you $1 million and take the property." Michael tore the letter in half. "They're afraid," he said. "We're close." In court, the HOA's lawyer argued fiercely, waving fake maps. But Eleanor calmly presented the original survey, signed by the town council 30 years ago. The judge leaned forward. "So you're saying the HOA redrew the borders after he bought the cabin?" Eleanor nodded. The courtroom went silent. The judge said softly, "That's illegal." The story broke across national news: "Man buys cabin for $2, beats HOA in court." Reporters flooded Michael's doorstep, asking him how it felt to take down a powerful organization. Michael smiled, humble as ever. "I didn't do it to win. I did it to keep what I built." Offers started pouring in. Magazines wanted photoshoots, companies wanted to feature the golden cabin. A billionaire even offered $10 million to buy it. But Michael refused. "It's not for sale," he said. "It's home." Meanwhile, the HOA was collapsing. Members resigned, sponsors withdrew, and the president was under investigation for fraud. But Michael wasn't celebrating. He walked through his cabin, touched the wooden beams, and whispered, "You're safe now." What once was a forgotten shack was now a symbol of honesty, of resilience, and of standing up when others would kneel. Weeks later, as Michael was restoring one last part of the cabin, the fireplace, he found a sealed envelope inside the wall. It was old, dusty, and addressed to the future owner. His heart raced. Inside was a handwritten letter dated 1924. It read, "This cabin was built by love. Whoever finds it, protect it. It will bring light where there was once darkness." Tears filled his eyes. It felt as if destiny had guided him to this place, as if the cabin had chosen him. He framed the letter and hung it by the door. Every visitor who came saw it first. "Maybe that's why it glows," Michael joked softly. But deep down, he knew it was true. The cabin wasn't just wood and nails. It was history, spirit, and hope reborn. Months later, the cabin was declared a historical landmark. The town that once mocked him now celebrated him. Children took field trips there, calling it Michael's miracle cabin. One afternoon, he sat on the porch watching the sunset. A little girl asked, "Mr. Michael, how much did it cost?" He smiled, $2. But it gave me everything. And that was the final twist in this unbelievable HOA story. If you love the drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment sharing your thoughts. It really helps this channel grow.